on, mi gente? Welcome back to another episode of the 1WhyMotive podcast with me, your host, Miguel.
And Kayla.
And today, Kayla and I are going to be talking about a little thing called slumps, grind slumps. So, let's talk about some grind slumps. Because I'll tell you what, I get in grind slumps sometimes, and it's just, it's annoying. It's really annoying to figure out how to pick yourself out of that.
Yeah, I think you definitely feel so alone when you're in a slump. Like you feel like you can't talk to anybody, you feel like you can't reach out because you feel like you're going to be annoying, or you feel like, oh, they don't want to hear about it. So I just got to push through, right? Just got to push through. But how do you push through sometimes?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's confusing because like you get in this space that it's like you're just confused. Mm-hmm. You don't understand like why you feel the way you feel. You could be in so many different states of your life and you just don't understand why you feel the way that you feel.
Right, like you could have like this is a win, but then this is a loss and that's a loss. So it's like you're 50-50, but like you just feel like you're 100% losing.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's a good time to talk about it because of the things that I've seen recently on the news with different athletes coming out more about their mental health and their mental state of mind and talking about that they are human. They're not just some robots, some athletes that are just like grind, unless you're like David Goggins,
who's just insane. David Goggins is just a different specimen.
Yeah, he's somewhere else.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could be on David Goggins' level.
One day I'm gonna have this man on the podcast, I swear, and he's gonna talk to me and he's gonna just inspire me.
School us.
And school us.
And just tell us that we're a
couple
of
babies.
That's
what I need sometimes though. I need someone to just be like, bro, you're just such a baby. That's what I got you for. Anyways, so we're gonna go over basically just the four tips to get yourself out of a grind slump. And you know, speaking on athletes, I actually have a few examples that like some people can relate to. I mean, I've got Michael Phelps, I've got Ronda Rousey.
We'll talk a little bit about that Naomi.
Yeah, like the Naomi thing, that's crazy. Like she's the number 2 best tennis athlete right now in like the world. And she dropped out of the French Open, literally, when was this? Last Monday or something like that? She dropped out of the French Open and officials threatened to suspend Osaka, and they even fined her $15,000 for not participating in media interviews.
They did?
$15,000.
That's insane.
For being like, no, I'm just
not with it mentally.
Yeah.
Yes, you see the repercussions that society, gives you, or like that your mental health. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that even makes sense, but
yeah, I mean, like when you
tough.
become so big, and when we were just talking about this the other day on like how some celebrities, like you see the paparazzi like sneaking up on them, and people are going crazy, and then they start like losing their mind, and you're like, why are they acting out? And you're like, what you don't understand, like.
Because like they're, especially the kids that are growing up in the spotlight like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, like moral of the story is, like a lot of people talk about mental toughness and you just gotta be tough all the time. But like the stories like about that Naomi Osaka, is that her name? Yeah, Naomi Osaka, Michael Phelps, anybody, like even actors and actresses, singers, any kind of artist that's big up there, like them coming out about their mental health and just taking a break from the daily grind, like grind routine. Like it just shows you that mental toughness is not, it's not like this thing that you achieve and then that's it, you have it for your whole life. No, like your mental is something that you work on every single day, and just like your job, just like anything in life, there's going to be ups and downs, and people only want to talk about and people only want to hear about the ups. Because the downs can be so down sometimes, and that's where the real conversation is. I think that's where like awareness really needs to be spread. I mean, I think that like these like big pro athletes, these big names coming out about it, like that's sparking a change in the conversation. I think that's great.
The support that she got from not doing that, from some of the biggest athletes in the world, like LeBron James and Serena Williams, and like all these people just like supporting her, like let her chill for a minute. She's like super young anyways. She's like ridiculously young and just like getting in this industry and like blowing up the way she has been this last couple of years. So we wanted to go over like 4 topics that we have that like have helped us figure out like when we get into, because like she sees me go through it, I see her go through it, and
correction, I feel like I don't ever see you go through it.
well,
Maybe
I
like
go
once
through
in a
it.
while. You're so good at hiding it. Me, I'm a girl. I'm a little girl. I'm like, I'm gonna sit my butt down in this recliner all day. I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm gonna cry. I might eat some ice cream.
Well, that is the difference with
Yeah.
men and women, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
because I guess it's
pick
a
a
battle
fight.
in my mind.
Yeah.
Battle in my mind.
Yeah.
But anyways,
No, I think you do a really good job. I think you do a really good job at handling yourself.
well,
And
thank
I
you.
want to do better.
I appreciate that, because that's why I'm here for you, because I think we're both growing so much all the time, and that's why we lift each other up and why we are dating. So
Yeah, I mean, so like, let's give you an example. You know, like when we first moved here to Grand Rapids, you know, short story, you know, we just moved to Grand Rapids,
yeah.
which is a bigger city, a newer city for us. We just moved here a couple of months ago, and honestly, I feel like when we moved here, we were both like so not prepared.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that the February was probably the toughest month.
Yeah, February is when we moved.
Yeah.
And that was a really tough month, both financially, mentally, physically, draining in
cow.
every single aspect.
Yeah.
You know, like we're the kind of people that like to go to the gym, you know, like we like to work out, and
I
like
did not have it. I
did-
did not have it. I did not have the energy. We were short-tempered.
very
short-tempered
short
because we
tempered.
were
We
exhausted.
bickered so much.
And there was so much going on at that time
Yeah.
that it's just like, wow, like how do we
Yes.
get through this, and how we pick ourselves up?
And then, not to mention, in February, you know, I used to work in healthcare, and then in February, I just decided I'm quitting healthcare. I was like on this long journey to become a PA, and I was done. I wasn't doing it anymore, so I quit, and then joined the financial industry.
Yeah.
Like, what? That doesn't even make sense, right? Like, who does that? I don't know who does that. People do it, but I did it. But it was hard. It was a hard transition from like what I know, what I've known for so long and what I was so sure of, to just completely rearranging myself because I was unhappy in healthcare.
Yeah.
You know? So like,
And then there are always repercussions for taking care of yourself first.
Yes,
Because you stop building yourself up in one way, and then it's like a teeter-totter. So which is pretty much why we started this whole 1WhyMotive brand in the first place. Why we started getting on here and we started doing these different podcasts and videos, because trying to find that balance needs to be talked about and needs to be a normal thing. And especially if you're an athlete, especially if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you're just a person, any regular day person who goes to work 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day, every day, 5, 6, 7 days a week, and they're just trying to make it.
yeah.
This is something that everybody can relate to.
Yeah.
So.
Nobody's unbreakable. Like, let's be honest.
Unless you're David Goggins.
Unless you're David Goggins.
Unless you're David. No,
Yeah, I
but he's
swear.
talked about his breakdowns. That's why I respect him. That's why I like the guy, and that's why it makes me think like, yo, we can do this. We can do this.
Listening to David Goggins has actually made me cry. I was like so overwhelmed with inspiration, I cried.
It'd be like that. He really gets you in the feels.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Okay, so all right, let's just jump in. So,
let's get into it.
tip number 1. Yeah, I know, like 30 minutes later. You know, like the SpongeBob was 4 hours later.
Anywho,
so like the number 1 thing that I feel like has helped me get out of these slumps, out of these like I'm feeling so helpless, so hopeless, I don't know what to do with myself, just feeling really down. Number 1 thing is finding a goal that is 100% in my control that I can do that day. You know, something I can do today, right now. Let's say, for example, I feel horrible. I don't have any hope. I didn't get this job that I wanted. I feel stuck financially. I have all these loans that I need to take care of. I'm feeling down about myself. So then I look at all that. Okay, I didn't get a job, so I can't take care of myself financially at this moment, right? Maybe I'm fighting with Miguel, so I can't support because, you know, like, I don't know, sometimes I like to bicker with you when I'm feeling down, I'm not gonna lie. maybe I'm fighting with Miguel, so I can't lean on him for emotional support, and I don't feel comfortable enough talking to him about how I'm feeling. So what I do is something I like to do is I like to go for a run. That doesn't mean I go for a super long run. It doesn't have to be 5 miles, although I was a cross-country runner. You know, I do like to run long distance. But maybe right now, at this point in my life, I'm not in shape. So, but I know I'm capable of running 1 mile. So I'll go out, I'll make a plan, and I run 1 mile. And that's a win. That is a small win.
You got out. You did it.
Got
you did
out.
Something.
Yeah. And you know, if you don't like running, that's okay. Do something else. Maybe eat
a walk.
Go for a walk.
Just go for a walk. Listen to a podcast or listen to something, or just be with the world, but just like relax.
Or another thing too, maybe you don't have time to do that. Maybe you're just like, but I'm so busy. I don't have time to go for a walk. Okay, you know, okay, that's fine.
Get the whiteboard out.
Yeah,
Crank out
that's fine. We're not gonna break down every minute of the day, but all right, let's say you don't have time. Then eat a salad for lunch, or eat something good for you, right? Eat something healthy, right? Instead of going to Popeyes, or because I like Popeyes. Maybe instead of going to Popeyes, or maybe instead of going to Five Guys. Oh boy. Go to Core Life. Go to any, I don't know.
Just to get a healthy,
any healthy
something
food
to
joint.
fuel you and feed you, and like something that you know is like, it's tough to do and like you don't necessarily want to, but at least it's good for you. At least you're providing yourself with something
It's
good.
one goal that is obtainable, that is a small win.
The small wins add up, just like compound interest. Ooh,
like
I love compound interest.
Okay. All right. Once you get that small win in, that like your endorphins are already gonna be up. You're gonna be like, oh wow, I did that today. I am capable. You're already gonna be feeling better. You might not feel 100%, but you're going to be feeling better.
Yeah.
So that's gonna lead you to step 2.
Which is, think about things like your why. Think about your why. Think about the whole reason that you would wake up in the morning on days that you're like, I'm up. My alarm clock doesn't go off for another 20 minutes, but I'm up. Like, you beat the sun up. You did something like, that's what helps me a lot is definitely thinking about like family, my, like how, if it's money, or, you know, just like where I want to be in life. Something to just like really like, why is it that I want to do this? Why am I getting up today? Why do I want to go to work? Why do I want to like go do something that I don't want to do? Just why? Just really breaking it down and figuring out the whole purpose of your why and your life, I think is important.
Honestly, I think what's key for me though when thinking about my why is to do that first step, right? To get that first, like that small win in first, that goal that is 100% attainable, 100% dependent on your time. Because for me personally, I find it difficult to think about my why when I'm feeling down. Like, oh, I don't have a why anymore, shoot. So that's when you know, get that small win out of the way, feel good. Get those endorphins running, so then you're like, oh, I do have a why, because you can think about your purpose and you're feeling, you know, when you're feeling a little bit better about yourself. It's so easy to get in that trap where you don't feel like you have a purpose anymore when you're in that slump, you know? So yeah, that's why I like to do, you know, like get my small goal and then boom, then think about my why. What's my why?
What is my why? What is my purpose?
Yeah.
What is the reason that I'm gonna go do a damn thing?
Right.
Anything.
Right. Like, why did I go for that run? Oh, because I like being healthy.
Yeah. Or why did I read that book that I never read today?
Yeah, because I like being knowledgeable. Because I like to learn.
Why am I going to this job every day? Oh, that's right, because I'm trying to pay off this debt so I can be relaxed. And not have to worry
grow
about
myself financially. Maybe you're honing your skills.
Yeah.
Maybe you're learning something new every day.
Maybe you're saving up for a new car. Like, why? And you want to save up for that new car because you want to take your girlfriend out to this nice restaurant, or you want to take your kids out whenever you want, or you want to have that dependability that you can always depend on having nice transportation that's not going to be breaking down all the time and like being annoying. Just why? Just break down the why. Ask yourself why to everything that you can think of.
Well, what is that 7 whys thing?
I don't remember right now, but I'll look it up. It's a really cool process. It basically asks you really basically have to go through and figure out like 7 reasons why you really want to do whatever it is you want to do, to the point that you can't even think about it. It gets to like the very, very, very nitty gritty. So just ask yourself why like 7 times. I typically say, like, ask yourself why like 7 times. Why is it that you want a car? I want a car because I want better transportation. Why do you want better transportation? I don't want to be driving around something that's like a money sucking machine.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to do that? Because I want to have money for whatever. You know, just keep going down and just asking yourself why. That helps me.
Because maybe eventually you're gonna get to, oh, maybe your number 1 why is, you know, you want to provide for your family, including your mom, like your parents, and then your future family. You know, maybe like, that, like just from having that goal of I want a new car, but maybe like your true why is that deeper